Nate Desmond, the freshman, is 6-0. And he's going against his senior on the other side, Ragusin. Dylan's the 26th ranked wrestler in the country. A young gun versus an old vet. On the other side for these two, Desmond getting the go here at 141. There's no Braden Davis, who has been in that starting role at 141 here recently. That was a change during the weigh-ins that they decided to give. They decided to give Desmond the go.
Well, he's got a few dates, you know, and he obviously had another date to not burn his red shirt. But he's up at 141. Dylan Ragusin is still adjusting to the weight. So earlier in the year, Desmond was down at 125 and actually gave Lildo a loss in a tournament, but it's not an official by NCAA rules. That's how good Desmond is. That's how good the backups are for Penn State. But now he's going to be up at 141, and so two guys getting used to a new weight class.
We're here from the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Zach Mackey, Tim Johnson with you on a Friday night packed full of wrestling on the Big Ten Network.
Dylan Ragusin, four-time qualifier, two-time All-American at 133. He was the Big Ten runner-up a few years ago to Dylan Shaver from Rutgers, and so he's had his opportunities and to be a great Wolverine, but coming back from that ACL total reconstruction is tough.
Yeah, big time tough. He was 6-3 last year until that injury shortened his year. That's where Matt said we see it so much in practice. We've got to see it out there in duels and big situations here late in the year now. And they're hoping that Ragusin can show it here now against, like we said, a guy in Desmond who is using one of those dates here today. He gave Luke Lillendahl in the tournament his only loss of the season, but because they're teammates, it does not count as an NCAA loss. So Lillendahl still with a perfect 14-0 record.
This is where Dylan wants to be. Get to work that underhook there. Get your ties, control the center of the mat like he's doing there, and then execute. You're looking to move your opponent so that you can get a better look, and that look isn't straight on.
Both these two guys, two-time high school state champions. For Desmond, it was in the state of Pennsylvania. They're Bethlehem Catholic. And for Ragusin, the two-time Illinois state champion at Montini Catholic.
And one was in junior high when the other was winning his championships. Dylan in his 6th year, Desmond a true freshman. There's that underhook. Anticipated by Desmond. And it was a nice job of Desmond dropping back in. Good hip action by Dylan, but see how Desmond continues to fight, and so does Ragusin. Good effort by both wrestlers.
Wow, what a counter coming out of Ragusin to keep it 0-0.
By both there. I thought both of them had the advantage at one time, and they did, but they fought through it, kept wrestling. That scrap got the crowd at the Chrysler Arena, you know, into this. They want to see their veteran come out with a victory.
Yeah, what a great crowd they've got tonight. They moved it over to the Chrysler Center, and a ton of folks come out.
There's a Mason Paris and Vine, you know, there to work out with the regional training center, looking at 2028. He wants to be that Olympian in 2028, and it makes the room tremendous. At the weight, we'll talk about it more when the heavyweights come up. But to have Mason Paris in the room, huge.
That is the one match here tonight that Michigan is favored in at heavyweight. And it's a stall warning coming on Desmond. And that's rare. And take a look at this, because in the entire season so far, Penn State's opponents have been warned for stalling 97 times. Penn State has just been warned for stalling 10 times the entire year. They have been so dominant in all the duels. 12-0 on the season.
Red, you're in control.
Desmond had that front headlock from the side. You can stay there 4 counts, but on the 5th count, that's a stall, automatic stall. So Dylan Ragusin gets a very important escape here in the 2nd period, leading
Great restart
1-0.
set.
This is where you're hoping that Dylan Ragusin's getting close to being at peak, you know. And now drops down in, but can Desmond cut that corner, trying to cut the corner? And he does get 3. He was able to hook that ankle. Now puts the boots in. Desmond comes out with a 3-point takedown, goes out in front. And now with the boots in, looking to break Ragusin down to the mat.
Still with that leg in.
Yeah, he's responsible for getting back down.
Wrestle through this. Wrestle through this.
And
You're warned for stalling.
right.
No warning coming on
there's
Desmond,
one.
but that's his second, and that
Wrestle
results in
through
1
this.
point for Ragusin.
Stalemate. Restart. Both guys have to wrestle there. Both guys.
As Ragusin's trying to run the corner, he drops in, but immediately
Go ahead and get set, Green.
Desmond sits and then hooks that back leg, comes out on top for the 3.
They're talking to the head table. Should be 3-2 because that's the 2nd stall call coming on Desmond. So it is a 1-point match here in the 2nd.
Very savvy by Ragusin. He knew what was going on there. He knew that Desmond was responsible for returning him to the mat.
No swipe as the wrestlers roll through. Here again in a scramble.
I love the scramble going on by Ragusin. He's continuing to wrestle through positions, trying to come across. He gets 2
Reversal. Ragusin takes the lead.
And now really important time for Ragusin to not let Desmond go here. And he does not. The reversal at the end of the period, no answer.
The Michigan bench loving it as he got around and broke the hands.
Well, this is a really good job by Ragusin of wrestling through the position. He just kept wrestling. Now he's going to anchor his hips and scoot around, hook the leg, and get the reversal.
So Sean Bourmet is wanting a conversation with the officials right now. Jason Wedgbury is our lead official, and they are going over to the replay monitor to look at this. It will be the first time that the officials go over there. I think they're looking at a swipe because the Michigan bench thought maybe they're late. It could have been a swipe of the...
It seemed like the swipe was one that Penn State wanted. And so we'll see. I mean, that earlier, but that would be too late. So it's... I know this. They're excited. Okay. So he comes around. Yeah, you're right, Zach. They're looking... Should it have been a swipe? And I don't think
Riding
so.
time. Back to wrestling.
And maybe...
Okay, riding time is what they actually wanted to check. There was no challenge brick thrown by either side. I think Kale was trying to get some clarity. Was the challenge brick thrown? It was not. The officials started that challenge and went over there to fix the riding time.
This is a really important third period for Dylan Ragusin. Opportunity to get the Wolverines on the board. This is a gut check. You're going to have to win 2 or 3 times in this period right here. Ragusin's going to need to win 2 or 3 times in difficult situations, I believe, to pull out this victory.
He's a guy who's done it before, an All-American 2 years ago in Ragusin. The injury sat him down. Can he come back from that? And can he get back to the podium? But Desmond turns him around and gets the reversal. He's looking for swipes.
And Ragusin's looking for a reversal right here and trying to get out for an escape. Needs to get his escape. Nice job by Desmond.
And he gets it. We have a tied match.
Break easy, stalemate.
Back to the center they go. Boy, these two can wrestle through any position.
So this is a reversal. And then Ragusin comes on and gets the escape. Like I said, you gotta be able to now execute when you're tired. Know that you've got 2 or 3 times more that you're gonna have to wrestle through difficult situations.
And this crowd is ready to get behind their Michigan wrestler.
No riding time significance right now, so it comes down to this with 40 seconds left.
It's the young gun, Nate Desmond, getting thrown out there at 141 pounds against the old vet, Dylan Ragusin, who's been there, done it, an All-American already.
Ragusin right there should shoot him out because he's got a stall call on him, but right now he's not taking advantage of that opportunity that I think he has.
And Tim, these guys have been scrambling. They've been going through positions. You can see they are very tired here with the final 15 seconds.
It's a hard sport.
But can Ragusin finish it on the edge of the mat?
He's going to try to bring him back on. You got to really, this is it. This is your opportunity. Okay, they're going to go to sudden victory.
Sudden victory. Coach Bormat loving it. From Dylan Ragusin. These two have had a great one so far, so let's put 2 more minutes on the clock. The first one to score wins it.
Red score first.
I like that when Ragusin's got his tie-ups going. He's got to force his control. Don't do anything.
Ragusin on the edge of the mat.
Needs to know where he's at.
Oh, and Desmond comes back and gets the victory in overtime. The young freshman stuns the crowd from the Chrysler Center.
Final score of a 141-pound match in overtime. Desmond.
He gets thrown in, and in overtime finds a way to get the job done.
This is where you got to know where you're at the end right here. And Desmond kept wrestling like it was in the middle of the match. Comes back, drives through